Wow, he really is ahead of himself on this one. No doubt about that. But but I just found out by my sources that he just said something that completely contradicted himself. And what y'all see the title. Hey, low intellectual, don't ask me, don't ask me to show research when you yourself openly admitting to not watching my content. As a matter of fact, are you in any position at all to question people's research, let alone ask about their research when you don't watch their content? In fact, I ain't gotta show shit to you. I ain't gotta show shit to you at all. You want the research? Go look at my content. But you probably won't. This is the reason why you're asking for research. When in reality, one could watch my content, and if there's anything they disagree with, they can question me on that. I'm more than willing to have that debate. But apparently you don't. I mean, that'd be me like saying, look, I don't watch this, man, I ain't gonna waste my time watching these people content, then going around trying to make it seem like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about and this type of stuff. But how do I know? And it's always nice to see low intellectuals all up in their feelings over people saying facts over feelings, in which, of course, there's no debunking that shit. There's no way around that shit. What, you think your feelings is going to trump facts? But then again, this is coming from the same one who had to yell, scream, hoop, and holler just to get his point across. And I got plenty of research on that. In fact, everyone could go back, look at your content, look at all the panels you've been on, and look at you scream to the top of your lungs. Be careful, you might lose your voice. But then again, it's the ones that stay in their feelings, be the ones who has a problem and feel a certain kind of way when people say facts over feelings. But I guess the low intellectual didn't take the time to think about that shit either. No, he's too busy. He's too busy being a blind optimist. And for those of y'all who don't know, a blind optimist is someone who expects for everything to go right according to plan, to the point to where he don't take the time to think. He don't take the time to think that who knows? Who knows? Your plan may have a snag, a drawback, a setback, or it doesn't go his way at all. But no, he don't pay attention. He don't pay attention to that. He's too busy. He's too busy hoping that it will work. It will work. It will work. Oftentimes, people like that, it gets down to a point to where they don't come up with a backup plan or have a plan B if plan A fails. But more importantly, don't talk to anyone about how much you got a problem with them saying facts over feelings when you're online injecting your own insecurities onto other people. because it's also funny. It's also funny too because this is the same low intellectual who assumes other people's problems, thinking that, oh, he got people figured out. Like how he said in this video, you have a problem with women, you scared of women. Funny, I ain't scared of my own mom. I ain't scared of my baby mom. I ain't scared of my acquaintance. I ain't scared of my female coworkers. I ain't scared of none of the females that's in my life. No. This is what you assume out of me. But I'll do the low intellectual one even better. Most of the women I talk about is the women that are fucking up out here. But this is the same low intellectual who believes that he can save each and every woman on the planet, in which we all told him. We all told this low intellectual this shit. You cannot save them all, especially if they put themselves in a fucked up position. Can the low intellectuals save these women out here who setting up these men to get robbed or murdered? No, he can't. Can the low intellectual save these women out here who are putting their hands and touching these underage children? No, he cannot. And the list goes on and on. And don't ask me about that research because I constantly show the research. You just don't want to watch the content. This is why you asking for the research. And while he's begging for Congress to silence his opposition, he's sitting there wonder why nobody taking him seriously. And 9 times out of 10, keep this in mind as well. This not gonna be one-sided like he thinks. Remember, there will be people that will oppose his notion. Bet the low intellectual didn't take the time to think about that either. But nevertheless, as I said, don't ask me about research when you openly admitted to not watching my content. That being said, I'm done and I'm out this bitch. Later.